Hello, everyone. This is Martha, again with Living the One Light. And I want to make a second follow-up video regarding this full moon in Virgo. And I made a first video almost 2 weeks ago. And now we're getting closer to this full moon. And there's this one theme that keeps arising for me in my own life. And then also when I'm going into my praying, that is very alive, and I just want to highlight it for us and for anybody who might find this helpful, because I certainly am needing these messages myself, and I am going to guess that many of you who tend to be givers and empathic people, especially, Piscean, Neptunian types like I am, maybe could benefit from some of these reminders that I need and that I've been really feeling strongly, and etc. So what I want to say is that this full moon is at 16 degrees of Virgo, which means that the moon is in Virgo, and so therefore the sun is in Pisces, right? So any full moon is really a balancing or a highlighting of the polarity of any of the axes in the zodiac. So a full moon in Virgo is highlighting this axis of Pisces and Virgo. And my birthday happens to be now-ish, not today, but in this time, right? And so I have my sun in Pisces, and I was born on a full moon in Virgo. So I know this axis very well. My ascendant also happens to be Virgo. My moon is on my ascendant. So I was born literally like the moment that the full moon was rising on, was right on the horizon, actually, just rising. And the sun was setting. And the moon was in Virgo and the sun was in Pisces. So what's true in my life, and what I think is true for so many of you who are in my community and drawn to me, is that, not surprisingly, you are a giver. You are incredibly empathic and sensitive and open and all of these things. That is probably part of why you resonate with me, because I am all of those things too, right? And so that's not only as a result of having Piscean energies, that's, can be all kinds of other things too. But this Pisces energy is particularly strong around giving, being sensitive and open and porous, all of that. What I've been feeling and getting really reminded of over and over and over again, and it's reflected in one of the aspects of this full moon that I want to highlight that I didn't mention in my last video, is the aspect of Virgo being associated with ourselves as these sacred temples. I might have said that in the last video, but what I also want to say is that what I just noticed just this morning is that not only is this full moon in Virgo, but it's also going to be trining Uranus in Taurus, which I noticed previously, but then today I noticed actually it's also trining Eros in Capricorn. So this full moon in Virgo creates a grand trine, a grand earth trine with the moon, Uranus, and Eros. And I gave a talk on Eros a month ago, which you can find for free on it's on my YouTube channel. And it's on EA Zoom YouTube channel. Or if you can't find it, email me and I'll send it to you. But Eros for me has to do with an energy that reminds us of the life force energy that we are, and it brings us back into the life that our body is, this life force that's moving as our bodies, as Earth. And then Eros is in Capricorn, which is an Earth sign, right? And Uranus in Taurus is this very long-standing transit of Uranus and Taurus is again trying to help us, in my opinion, bring us back into the reality of the divine, the intelligence of the divine as Earth, as our bodies, which are part of Earth. And then Virgo, where the full moon is, also is about our Earth body as a temple with the divine, right? So this whole grand trine is like grounding us, bringing us back to the reality that there might be a part of us that has, in our nature, we really want to give and 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 give. We might be really compassionate, really feel for lots of things, feel for people and animals and, you know, non-human animals and plants, and cry at the thought of the dirt being, I mean, a tree being killed, like literally, right? Lots of us do that. So much empathy, which is not a problem. But that's the, you know, more of that Piscean energy among other things. But one thing that's so cool about Virgo and all of this earth energy is, in particular, Virgo, though, gives us a form, gives us a structure for all of that Piscean energy to be in, to move in, to infuse. So the way I experience it is that Virgo being of us as the temple, then, you know, it's like it gives the Pisces divine energy a place to be held and contained. So it's not just that we're empathic, compassionate, and it goes everywhere, which it could do. I mean, and that's the ultimate reality, is that Pisces is everywhere. That is what it is. But we, as these sovereign temples of the divine in earth bodies, sometimes need a container. Sometimes we need, you know, our earth body needs to be held and contained. So we have a way to be of actual true service as the beings that we are of earth and of the divine, so that we don't just lose our energy all over the place, which is what often can happen with the Pisces energy kind of gone awry. Speaking from personal experience. So lots of personal experience in that. And one thing, you know, I just this past Tuesday held a workshop on trauma-informed basics for healers, astrologers and healers, which lots of you are healers in various ways, or astrologers, or astrology students, or all of the above. And lots of people signed up and were there, and I loved the conversations that we had in that workshop. And one of the things that I talked about toward the end of the workshop is some really key things I think are very important for those of us who do healing work to know about, which are compassion fatigue and secondary trauma. Because again, you know, this Piscean heart energy that we might have, that we really want to give to the world, heal everything, is great. And we have a physical human body that has limits, Capricorn. So we can give and give and give. And eventually, what has happened to me, especially when I was in social work, I would get to this point where I would go numb. That's compassion fatigue. That's an actual true thing that truly happens to lots and lots and lots of people in helping professions, doctors, you know, nurses, therapists, healers of all kinds, on and on. Even maybe in your life, not as a professional helper, but maybe you are a parent. Maybe you have 5 kids under the age of 3, or whatever. Maybe you're taking care of a family member who's sick. You know, there's so many ways this plays out, and that compassion fatigue is truly a real thing, and it can have very not happy effects on your body, your emotional life, your ability to just have your basic needs cared for. So I felt like it was really important to name that in that workshop. And it's really actually very related to this Pisces Virgo axis. So I wanted to name that workshop is recorded and it is available indefinitely. It's on my Teachable site. I will put the link here. I know some of you wanted to sign up and hadn't yet, so it's still available if you want that. And actually, people also asked me to do a part 2, so I probably will be doing a part 2 next fall. I'm thinking like September. So if that interests you, please reach out, and I would love to support you in whatever way is helpful for you. The other thing I want to mention, going along with this Virgo energy, that I think could be helpful for some of you is a workshop that I did last August at the time of the new moon in Virgo, where what I did was I held a workshop having to do with ourselves remembering ourselves as this literal temple that we are. So something, and you could do this on your own without even buying the workshop, right? So I want to mention this option that I think is really beautiful, again, either with the workshop or just on your own, or in some other way that feels right for you. I've had this experience in myself of not only intellectually acknowledging that I am a temple of the divine, but really actually finding, experiencing, walking onto the grounds of this beautiful ancient old temple that is me, feeling the breeze and seeing the garden surrounding this temple, just smelling what the smells are like there, noticing the intricate artwork on the outside of this temple. I don't know if you've ever been to an actual, I grew up a lot of my childhood in South Asia, so I'm really familiar with, ancient old Hindu temples, that kind of image. That's kind of an image that comes up for me. But again, that's where I grew up. So that's true for me, but it may or may not be true for you. And so when I see the temple that is me, it's very much like the old Hindu temples, with this intricate wood carving. And then I've had many experiences where then I go into the temple that is me, and I can see, I've had various experiences where there might be other humans there helping me to clean the outside of the temple or the inside, really deeply moving, which could even make me cry right now. And I'm hesitant to even talk about it because it feels so sacred, but I feel like I'm supposed to, so I am. Yeah, but I've had these experiences with this spirit who comes and helps to clean the inside of the temple, right? Care for it. And I have a sense of who that spirit is, and it's really deeply moving for me. And then I can see on the inside of my temple, it's like this artwork on the inside of it. So beautiful, like paintings and tapestry. And I can feel it with my hand. And then I can go in the center of the temple and just lie there, right? And feel like maybe there's really comforting rugs under me, sort of like a bed, but more like rugs. This is my experience. This is not necessarily true for you. Just giving you one example of what really feels so good for me. And then maybe I'm lying there and maybe there's flaps in the temple window that are open and I can smell the breeze outside. Maybe there's an opening in the top, and in the daytime I can see the clouds, and at night I can see stars, maybe the moon. and I can feel all of the life outside the temple, and in the cosmos, all infusing this temple that is me. So that experience of really viscerally going all the way into that experience of myself as the temple has been quite profound and life-changing for me. Because then there's also a wisdom in that temple, right? Like the walls of the temple have their own knowing of what, again, Virgo has a lot to do with discernment. So sometimes there might be a situation going on in my own life where the Pisces part of me, the giving part of me, really feels guilty for not, I have this sense maybe like I don't want to give XYZ thing. But my brain says, why not? Just do it, or whatever. This is one example. And my heart, the Pisces, like, giver part it feels guilty for not giving. I feel compassion for whatever it is I maybe could give to. But then if I go in that temple that is me, that Virgo discernment, self-sovereign way of being, that energy that's me, suddenly it's like even the walls of the temple will just, it's not an angry no, it's just an energy of, it just automatically clears, right? And the walls kind of take responsibility for me. So I don't have to do it. So it's me doing it because I am the temple, but I can kind of hand it over to the temple, and I can say to the temple, all right, what's mine to do? And then the temple makes it very clear to me where my boundaries are, where my limits are. My body then can say to me, I need to be alone right now. I need to be in this space by myself. And I just need to be cared for. And so then I can get it on a totally different level, again, through the divine intelligence of me as a body, me as earth and spirit as one. So, or Uranus in Taurus, trining that full moon in Virgo, and also trining Eros in Capricorn. So this full moon in Virgo, in that grand trine, that grand earth trine, is mega, mega, mega dose of all of that energy, of kind of like the balancing antidote to the Piscean energy that is also very strong right now. We have the sun in Pisces, we have Mercury in Pisces right now. I think, what else is there? Let's look at the chart really quick, because there's something else there. Oh, of course, Neptune. Neptune has been in Pisces for a very long time, and the sun isn't all the way, fully conjunct, but it's pretty darn close to Neptune. And 1 hour, of course, this is huge. 1 hour after the full moon is exact, Saturn is going into Pisces. Okay, so yeah, we have all this Piscean stuff happening. Let me just take this forward 1 hour even. There we are. Saturn enters Pisces 1 hour after this full moon. And yeah, and so then we have this grand earth trine, like I've just been talking about here, being that antidote to all that Piscean energy, just helping us to balance. Not that one is better or worse, it's just that this helps us to balance the two, right? They need to balance as a whole. They need to integrate as a whole. And then the other energy that's so strong right now is Estrella. Vesta, Jupiter, Chiron, Diana, Venus, Erisina, and Juno, all in Aries. Like, whoa. And my natal Venus is in Aries too. So the Aries energy, and I would say, all of those, but in particular, I'm drawn to that Venus in Aries. Again, I can speak from personal experience. I have this giving side. And then that Venus in Aries and my moon in Virgo both say, hang on, I need my space. I got to take care of me. Like, I love you infinitely, literally, right? But my body is telling me, my moon in Virgo, my body is telling me, my spirit is telling me, hang on, give me a moment, please. I will serve you better when I take care of myself. So that's what the energies, these energies actually in this full moon are very much mirroring so much about my natal stuff. So I really resonate with it. Sun in Pisces, full moon in Virgo, exactly like when I was born. Mercury in Pisces, me, and Venus in Aries, me. So yeah, I get it. I really, really, really resonate with all of those energies so strongly. And they're very highlighted. Yeah. And then this, the other thing I want to mention, I'm just getting told to mention this now. I wasn't planning to, but the other thing that's so strong also is this interplay of all of those Aries energies in the mix, and all of that is Chiron, right? So again, Estrella, Vesta, Jupiter, and Chiron, all of those are going to be conjunct. I think it's March 12th. So just a few days after this full moon. And Venus, has been transiting all of those as well. And it'll be just a little farther from that conjunction of those four, but Venus will, is also in Aries. So all the Estrella, Vesta, Jupiter, Chiron conjunction. And again, with that flavor of Venus having just moved through those, there's so many aspects to it, and lots of really beautiful humans are talking about it, like Ari Moshe Wolfe, and lots of other people. Lots of other people are talking about all of that. So there's many perspectives on it. But one thing that I'm feeling in the mix of all of it is, a kind of complicated, beautiful yet complicated set of energies. And there's this desire, this really strong need, this really strong desire to heal. And in order to heal, sometimes that also means feeling the hurt. So even though this is beautiful healing potential energy, really like off the chart beautiful. Estrella, who helps to bridge the stars and earth. Vesta, who is the temple keeper of our sacred sovereign being, similar to the Virgo energy, very similar to the Virgo energy, but in Aries. So, extra focused on the sovereignty and the sanctity of our will, our drive, our energy, the spark of life that we are, and that is here to act and serve and do what we're here to do. Jupiter, protection, giving us, expanding all of these energies, giving us kind of like being the arms around us, protecting us, expanding us, helping us to move with courage and be present, fully present and alive as we explore all of this. And then Chiron, the wounded masculine healer, teacher. Again, so many layers just to Chiron. But all of that mixing together with Venus having just moved through there. So I think I will do a whole other video on that maybe next week. Yeah, it's needing its own attention. So I'll do that. But, you know, I just want to put that little plug in there that one, this is just coming to me right now. One reason that maybe it's so crucial, so extra important for us to be really clear in that body knowledge, that body wisdom, ourselves as that temple, that sacred sovereign temple that is us, is because part of the journey we have here on earth is that we do have hurt. I mean, we do have things that we are here to be healing and learning and moving beyond that Chiron energy. And that could be coming up in relationships. Venus having just been conjunct Chiron and Jupiter. And the flavor of that Venus is still going to be there, right? It's not going to be that far from this conjunction, and it will have just moved through it. Yeah, so like I just get this feeling of, you know, being in that temple, that sacred sovereign being temple that is us. And sometimes we maybe need to be in there to heal, to be held, to just have time by ourselves alone, you know, not alone in the sense of being completely alone, but having space so that our own needs can be met. Aries, Virgo, especially if we tend to be that giver type, which probably 99.999% of you watching this video are, because you're probably drawn to me because that's, yeah, you are similar to me in that way, I'm gonna guess. Yeah. Okay. I think that's all I wanted to share at this moment. I would love to hear your feelings about this full moon, about this time, about anything you want to share with me. And again, if it calls to you that the recording of the Trauma Informed Basics workshop is available indefinitely, that Virgo Finding the Temple That Is You workshop is available indefinitely. I will put those links here. And then the other thing coming up that I am super excited to share about is also wonderful for those of us who are healers and givers and all of that. I have drawn together a group of 10 women, practitioners of all different kinds, several of them licensed psychotherapists, but many who are not psychotherapists, but people of all different disciplines who do work that is related to healing of our nervous system, relieving anxiety, depression, just helping us essentially to care for ourselves in various ways and to balance and heal and thrive. And so this new group is called the Divine Peace Garden Collective. And we are offering various things, but what we're starting out with is we are putting on a live online 3-day retreat at the end of March 24th, 25th, 26th. That's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It will be live, but it will also be recorded. So you could be there live or not. And we are offering a sliding scale fee. So if you have the means to pay the full amount, great. That really helps to support this work. And if you don't, there are many options of accessible ways to attend as well. So And if you're needing, a scholarship or whatever, please reach out, because this is something that I really want to make as accessible as possible to people. Yeah. And so it's going to be 3 days of just like, imagine you come to this literal divine peace garden. Like that's the image that came to me. It's very Taurus. It's very, very, very Taurus and somewhat Virgo-ish and Piscean. All of these energies, actually. And yeah, so imagine you come to a piece of sacred land, and there's a peace garden there, and then there's this circle of 10 women, me and 9 other women who I've drawn together, and we're there just to hold sacred space and to be with you and to let you just lie down in this garden and just relax, let go, be held, experience, various healing sessions and art sessions and gentle yoga, healing, therapeutic yoga, sound healing, songs, let's see what else, Reiki, yeah, practical advice from Vanessa Nixon, who is a traditional naturopath. I know I'm forgetting something. Anyway, a total of 10 sessions over the course of 3 days. So 4 sessions on the first day and then 3 sessions on each of the next 2 days. And we'll be closing out with songs, sacred songs by Barbara Juniper. She's amazing, beautiful song healer, singer. It's just going to be amazing, wonderful. I'm really excited about it. I'm looking forward to being there myself. So I'll be starting it and ending it, but the rest of the time I get to just enjoy it and be there with you. So again, we're trying to make this financially very accessible. Please join us. I'll put the link there as well. And when you sign up, part of what you get for free as part of it is this starter kit, the starter basket. So like, I thought of it like you're in a garden and you're picking flowers and you have a basket where you put these different, maybe medicinal herbal flowers or whatever it is. And so it's like so you sign up for this retreat, and then maybe the retreat doesn't start for another week or 2 or 3, but we hand you the starter basket. And in the starter basket, we have each given you a gift of something to begin your healing time. So like, for example, the gift that I put in the basket that's in that starter basket is a mini video series that I just created called Remembering Yourself as Earth and Cosmos, Morning, Noon, and Night. So I made 3 different guided channel little mini videos, so that if let's say you're having a bad day, or you want to have a good day, let's say you want to have a good day, and you wake up in the morning, you can do that morning video. Middle of the day, maybe you just want to come back to center, you can do the noon video. And then at night, there's one for going to sleep, relaxing and going into a really peaceful, healing sleep. So that little mini video series is my contribution to the starter basket, which you get for free when you sign up for the retreat. And each person has given a gift into that basket. So there's 10 of us who have given these gifts into that starter basket. And actually the starter basket is available for very reasonable price as well, if you just want that and you don't want the retreat. But if you sign up for the retreat, you get the starter basket for free. So yeah, this is truly, truly, truly a labor of love by me and all of us, and really wanting to offer to the world, offer to you practical, grounded ways of relaxing, feeling held, feeling able to relax out of any of this fight or flight mode that we tend to do a lot of the time, and come back into that wisdom of ourselves as body, ourselves as earth, really be held by the earth, held by the cosmos, which the earth is part of, right? And yeah, and have fun. There's a lot of in the retreat, there's going to be a lot of movement exercises and art. Again, art. There's going to be 2 different people doing art related workshops, which are going to be really, really fun. There's one at the very end on the medicine of the butterfly, which I think is so perfect, by Kristen Paradiso. And yeah, anyway, I'm excited about every single one of these things that these women are offering. They're each amazing. The humans, the people, and the activities each are just like I can't believe how amazing they are. So would really love to share all of that with you if it calls to you. Okay, I think that is all for right now. And just be in touch anytime, livingtheonelight@gmail.com. You can find me at livingtheonelight.com, and I'll put all the links for all of these things here with the video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.